The Alex Murdaugh murder trial is over. That's where we're starting the show. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. It's Friday, March 3rd. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. The verdict is in.
The state versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant. Guilty, 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 verdict, guilty. Signed by the foreperson of the jury, 3-2-23.
Alex Murdaugh has been found guilty of murdering his wife and youngest son. The jury only took 3 hours to decide Murdaugh's fate, something that surprised many experts. The case has fascinated people since the murders happened in June of 2021, partially because of the Murdaugh family name. Murdaugh is part of a multi-generational legal dynasty in South Carolina. The family is known for power, justice, and big money, as one Columbia newspaper put it. Along with 2 counts of murder, Murdaugh was also found guilty of 2 charges of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. Murdaugh will be sentenced today and could face life in prison, though experts expect him to appeal. Number 2, the site of the Ohio train derailment will be tested for dangerous pollutants. The February 3rd train crash in East Palestine released toxic chemicals into the air and water. Residents have been worried about the effects on their health, even though officials have said that the area is safe. But yesterday, the EPA ordered Norfolk Southern, that's the company that operated the train that derailed, to test the area for dioxins. Dioxins are created when plastic is burned. They're linked to a range of health issues, including cancer and reproductive problems. A controversial Republican congressman is facing an ethics investigation. That's story number 3. Representative George Santos of New York has been in the news a lot in the last few months. After his election to Congress last year, he admitted to lying about large parts of his biography and has been accused of breaking campaign finance laws. A House panel announced yesterday that it will investigate Santos's past. They'll be looking into his business practices, campaign spending, and an allegation of sexual misconduct. Number 4, police could be allowed to sue former President Donald Trump over January 6th. 2 U.S. Capitol police officers want to hold Trump liable for injuries they suffered during the 2021 Capitol attack. Yesterday, the Justice Department said that the lawsuit can move forward. Trump has argued that he's immune from the lawsuit. Yesterday's opinion rejects that claim, but it doesn't take a position on whether he incited the riot. Here's number 5. As much as 12 feet of snow fell in the Sierra Nevada this week. That's so much snow that Yosemite National Park is closed indefinitely. Major highways also had to be shut down, and some small California towns were cut off. People have been sharing photos on social media of doors, windows, and whole houses being almost completely buried. More snow is expected in the region this weekend. At number 6, more schools are permanently dropping SAT and ACT admission requirements. Columbia University became the first Ivy League school this week to extend a test optional policy indefinitely. William and Mary, that's a selective public university in Virginia, took the same step yesterday. The university said that it found that there's been little difference between those who applied with SAT or ACT scores and those who didn't. This trend started during the coronavirus pandemic. A lot of schools suspended their testing requirements temporarily, and many are still weighing whether or not to make it permanent. Walking for 11 minutes a day could lower your risk of premature death. That's our last story today. 11 minutes doesn't sound like a lot of time, but the benefits are pretty remarkable. A new study of 30 million people found that even small amounts of exercise could make heart disease, certain cancers, and early death less likely. Around 150 minutes of moderate weekly activity is ideal, but the study found that even 75 minutes a week appears to have big benefits. One of the most compelling parts of this study is that 1 in 10 of all early deaths could be averted if each of us got up and moved a little bit more than many of us currently do. So the main takeaway here is that a little goes a long way. You're all caught up with the news for today, and it's Friday, so you know what time it is. The 7 crew is assistant producer Taylor White. The staff writers are Tess Homan and Jamie Ross. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing support from Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Francis Moody. Mixing and sound design this week was by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. The 7 theme is by Edith Mudge. And a special thanks to producer Charlotte Freeland for jumping in with us this week. I'm Jeff Pierre. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great weekend. Get those steps in, and let's do this again on Monday.